It's been a couple days, so what I've done, started a new job up in Fort Saskatchewan. What else have I done? Well, let's talk on that first. So I got a new job up in Fort Saskatchewan. I'm doing safety for up at a plant called Air Products. I haven't figured out quite what they produce yet. I know it has something to do with nitrogen. Went up there, first 3 days of work. First day was a slow day as usual. Up in the oil field, you do orientation, which orientation can last more than one day depending on where you go. And then so I did orientation. That was pretty much first day. Second day, a little bit of running around, just getting familiar with sites. I haven't ever been on a site like that. Usually I'm on oil tanks. It's pretty self-explanatory. Oil tanks will have MCC buildings and stuff like that. Usually I'm there at the beginning of the project, not coming right at the end. Where this one I'm coming right at the end. It's a month and a half maybe project. So I did that the second day, familiar maps, still a little bit of safety stuff. And then third day, I had half a day. That was a Thursday. And then from there, half a day, I had to go to a funeral in Calgary. But on that third day, the company decided to tell me that I can't work through my father's company. I have to work for their company, and also that I have to make $5 less, which is kind of odd. It kind of sucks that I already made the commitment to do the job. I'm already working for less than half my rate, but I guess I'll just finish this. So then I had to go to a funeral. So I got the half of the Thursday off, and then the Friday, and I'm not sure if they worked the Saturday. So I did that. Went to the funeral. It was funeral-like. Seen family, and while we were up there, we did a little shopping. As we don't get up to Calgary too often, we just got back to Leduc here not that long ago. So now I'm just running to get gas for my truck. I made three trips to Fort Saskatchewan and back. So it's not too bad. It's nice to know that my truck can do it. I've currently on this tank of gas, I got 604 kilometers on my 2007 Nissan Titan on one tank of gas so far, and that's with premium. I'm gonna start putting in regular because I don't plan on keeping the truck that much longer. I'm just driving the gas station now, and like I said, the light came on for the gas while I was driving home. So we'll see how much it is to fill it. I'm not sure how big the tank is on this truck, but I can kind of give you a rough estimate. Now, this isn't the lowest that I've had the truck for gas, but I think the most I've ever gotten out of this truck is 700, and how I got 700 is beyond me. But yeah, so that's where I'm sitting at right now. I'm just getting gas because I'm gonna go pick up Millie. It's currently Saturday, and it's 3:25, what my truck says for time. So yeah, so I'm gonna pick up Millie from work, and then she's gonna sleep over, and then it'll be Sunday, and then Sunday I'll take her home. She doesn't have to work that day either, but I have some paperwork to fill out for work that I've already filled out for working there, but because now I have to work for their company, I have to fill out the paperwork again, but just with their company name and stuff on it. So that's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Other than that, that's about it. That's all that's new with me. That's why I haven't been making videos between the new job, driving from my house to there is about an hour and 20, hour and 10, depending on how bad the traffic is and which route I take. I've tried a different route every time, going there, going back. I think I found a good route, but I just have to figure out how to like, because when you go online and you use the app, or when you use Google Maps, you can drag and drop the route you want to take, which is completely awesome. Dragging it, like, it just works. But the app on the phone, you can't do that, which is really, I shouldn't say it's odd. I understand that'd probably be a difficult feature to throw in there, but you'd think that if you're taking one thing, making it into an app, that's something else that you'd have on there as well. Yeah, I'm gonna see. I think there's a way to do it, but I haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, for picking up things in Calgary while we're shopping, I didn't pick up anything in particular. Actually, I don't think I got anything. I did start wearing different watches other than my G-Shock watches that I have. I'm wearing my giant diesel watch right now. So I'm just trying to move from there. And my new shoes are working out. Oh, sorry, I'm not even wearing my new shoes right now. I'm driving my truck, so can't even show you my new shoes. But I'm almost at the gas station now, and I'll let you know how much it is to fill up. Currently, I'm at the satellites where the gas station is, and just slowing down now. I got 607 kilometers, so we'll say 608 on this tank. So I'll see how much it is to fill it up. It says regular is 106.9 for gas right now. So fill her up and see where we are. So just leaving the gas station now. Truck on regular, it was 87 liters. And like I said, whatever, the empty light came on, and I drove a little bit on top of that. So, and that cost me at the 106.9. It cost me $93 for gas. But yeah, that's not really too bad. I'm kind of glad I didn't put premium in, because that would have been expensive. Usually I don't like to wait till it's empty to fill it up. And then it doesn't seem as bad for when you pay, but it's still pretty bad. Yeah, I can't wait till I get my new truck, the GMC Canyon 2016. I think we'll be all right on gas. Just taking a different way home because I don't want to get stuck by all the lights. But yeah, no. The only shitty thing about the GMC Canyon is that it doesn't come in very nice colors. I know the Chevy Colorado, it's made in the same factory, I want to say, but they won't. Like, I asked the dealership, and they said that they won't paint it any other color other than what's on there, even if you pay more. So, which is odd, because like I said, same factory, literally almost the same shape other than the front end. But they won't do that for you. I'm still debating between the, like, I really like, well, I shouldn't say I really like, but there's a gray color, which is alright. I have to see it in person. It's a really light gray. Like, I like my dark gray truck. It seems to do well. Like, it doesn't always look dirty, kind of thing. Then they have a red. It's just a plain ass red, which is alright. It's nothing fancy. Like, there's no flake or speckle or anything. It's just red. Then they have like an old people green. They have not a very nice copper kind of red. Not much for that red. They have like a bronze metallic, which I feel is another old person color. have black, with being a coating inspector. Black shows all the overspray on it, so that's a no-go. And then white, which is like every other crew truck out in the oil field, so that kind of sucks. And that pretty much covers the colors. Like, they don't have a blue. Oh, and sorry, they have a silver. And my mom's got a silver truck, and I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'd probably go that light gray. I'm gonna put a decal on it anyways. I'm not sure what kind of decal or what color of decal, but I feel with a gray that you could put on a bright, like, I don't know, like a neon green, and it would stand out. Like, you could do that on a white too, but if you bought the red, it wouldn't stand out as much. You're kind of limited to what colors you would use. Now, if you could buy the truck, I know in Chevy, you can buy the truck in like an electric blue. That would be really cool. I would definitely do that. What else? There's I know it did come in a yellow in the 2015. I would do a yellow. Personally, I'm a huge fan of, like, Jeep started doing the colors first, and then Dodge did them. Same color. Like the Jeep green, like the lime green's really cool, or the orange, like the neon orange, I think would be really cool. But you can't do that in the GMC, which kind of sucks. But I would totally do something like that. That would pop and stand out. It probably wouldn't be very good for, if you got in trouble with the police. That's kind of the shitty part. Like, I know it's a smaller truck, which is all right. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is a smaller truck. I'm not a huge fan of the Tacoma. It's the inside's not very fancy, and I spend a lot of time inside my truck. It may be driving or sitting on site, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, it just feels like cheap plastic, and if you're gonna spend that money, you want something a little bit nicer. For another small truck, there's the Nissan Frontier. I would rather choose the Tacoma over that one. And Ford stopped making the Ranger. The Ranger was too small. And then, what else is there? I don't think there's any other small trucks. I'm not much for I know GMC and Chevy, they're pretty much the same thing. I just like the front end of the GMC. It looks a little bit more, looks a little bit more muscle than the sportier look of a Chevy. That's the only difference that I have with that, and it's really not a huge deal. Other than I just like the front end a little bit more. Everything else is pretty much the same. Like, other than, like, the lights on the inside are blue in the Chevy, and in the GMC they're red, which doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's all it is for the small trucks. Between the Frontier, the Chevy, Colorado, and the GMC Canyon, and Tacoma, the Toyota Tacoma. I was looking at getting a new Ford, with all the aircraft aluminum and everything, with the EcoBoost. That would be probably really good on gas. But it's, I don't know, like, spending 60 grand, 64 grand is what the internet price says for just not like one of the, like, baser models, all souped up kind of thing, heated seats, leather, and stuff like that, nav. Spending that much for it, and it's not really something that I really like, you know what I mean? Like, if I really wanted to, I'd rather spend that money and buy a Raptor. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Raptor, and I can't wait for the next one to come out. And I think it's the 2017. It's coming out in 2016. I think it'll come out, and it'll end up being, because the last one was 82 grand, brand new, and spending 82 grand, like, it's a nice truck, but I don't think it's nice for 82 grand. Like, you could buy a base model truck, and you could could pimp that truck out to be better than the Raptor for less than 82 grand. All, you know what I mean? All souped up. Like, I don't know. It's just, I couldn't do it. And I think when the new one comes out, it's going to be probably 90 grand. Like, probably with how the dollar is right now. And then that's probably how much it'll end up being for the new Raptor. So I think spending 50 on a GMC Canyon, getting a lift kit, getting everything I want, the topper, and being able to buy toolboxes and stuff after that, and then still depending on if I want to buy like an apartment, or you know what I mean, I still have money left over. I'm not killing myself doing it with the Raptor there. But and like I said, like, well, just going back to the Ford, like I can't stand that back window of the Ford. Like it's an oddly shaped back window. But don't get me wrong, it comes in nicer colors than the GMC does for sure. My neighbor owns a Chevy, not a Sierra. The Chevy version of a Sierra, I don't know, it says it's a 350 HD, but I know it has a name, I think. Anyways, it looks alright, but I don't know, I don't think I could do a Chevy. Like, they're nice trucks, like the 2015, the body shape's nice. I don't know if I just want to do a big truck again. Like I like my Titan. It's all right. Like, I like the shape and I like the size, and I would totally do it differently than buying it used and how it was. After being able to drive it and everything, but I just don't think another big truck is kind of what I need. Like, I go into Edmonton a lot, so I do a lot of parking downtown, and having this truck is just, it's a pain. Like, when you do find a parking spot, you feel like a champ when you do. But I don't know, I like the look of the smaller truck. I still feel it looks sporty, and it's not small like the Ford Ranger, which is way too small. It's kind of an in-between a big-ass truck and the kind of the small truck. So it's nicer in that aspect, and I feel it'll be better on gas, like way better on gas than this truck. I gotta figure out the calculations for that, so I can kind of figure out how much it's gonna cost me to fill up at the gas station. But I'll go online and I'll figure that out. What time is it here? It's currently 3:43, and I'm headed back home now. And I just bought these at the gas station. I bought them for my parents. They're pretty cool. They have the Stormtrooper one and Darth Vader. I know there's not a whole lot of time lapses and everything on this vlog, but it did snow in Calgary today when we left, and it is really cold outside, and it was super windy last night. Even driving home, it was super windy. I didn't personally drive home. Mom and Dad and I, we all carpooled in their truck. So I wasn't the one driving, but you could definitely feel the wind. Okay, so it's cold outside. Driving the Mustang, it's already pretty dirty, so I figured why not. I won't have very much longer to drive it. Yeah, no, super fun to drive. What else? Yeah, getting gas for the Mustang now. I got a little bit over 3/4 tank. I'm not sure how much I drove it, because I don't reset the every time I drive it, because I usually just drive it for fun. I'm not driving it for gas mileage. But still, surprisingly gets better gas mileage. When I did count it, it does get better gas mileage than my truck does, so that's good. Yeah, so today we tried Peter's Drive-In. There was one in Red Deer. I'd say, I don't know if I'd go back per se for the burgers. I'm a strong supporter of Burger King and A&W for burgers. A&W probably beats Burger King just a little bit. Personal opinion. They're all like, a burger's a burger. Like you can't mess up a burger. So I'm not saying it was a bad burger, but I'm just not saying it's my top one. The fries at the drive-in were really good at Peter's Drive-In. Definitely top-notch fries. Onion rings were on par with everybody else. I'd say they kind of, yeah, on par for sure. Milkshakes are good. Dad just tried a vanilla. The vanilla was all right. Definitely had a vanilla taste. It wasn't a bad milkshake. When we got it though, it was a little thick. It did thin out after it melted a little bit. Still favorite place to get milkshakes is here in town at Red Baron, I think is what it's called. It's not Red Robin. I think it's Red Baron. Anyways, it's been there ever since I've been in Leduc, and they have amazing milkshakes. I would say they're probably the same as Peter's Drive-In. I feel just from trying the vanilla, it's probably about the same. Lots of flavors. I'm sure the ice cream there is really good. If I had to, I would make a trip to Peter's Drive-In just for ice cream and French fries and milkshakes. That'd probably be pretty good. They give you a lot of French fries. Small French fries. There's a lot of French fries. Definitely. So I filled my car with premium. I had over 3/4 of a tank, and it cost me $43. I'd have to look at the receipt on how many liters I put in, but it wasn't a super amount. But it's a lot better than the whatever 98 or 96 I put in my truck. So, and I reset the trip counter, so maybe I can get an accurate count on how many kilometers I get just joyriding around. I'm not gonna try and drive it smooth like I drive my truck. I still drive like a grandma in the car, but usually speed up as fast as I can to the speed limit. So, well, it was reasonably possible. Like I try not to. The only ticket that I've gotten, knock on wood, is for underglow, which is an absolutely stupid ticket. And the cop that gave it to me, I have no nice things to say about him. Yeah, it was a $128 ticket or whatever for the underglow, and like it was probably like right now. It's probably 4 o'clock. It was hazy out. Had my underglow on. You could probably barely see it. And the cop pulls me over. He's like, "Oh, I seen you yesterday driving around." And he's taking pictures of the underglow underneath my car. He's like, "You're getting a ticket definitely today. I tried to catch you yesterday, but I had somebody else pulled over." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." But like, anyways, cost me money. It was a pain in the butt. Cop wasn't that nice. Paid the ticket. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty good. It's definitely gets me a lot of attention. Lots of people think it's a Challenger, which is odd, but that's all right. So there's 2 co-op gas stations in Leduc, and if I go to the same co-op gas station after filling up both vehicles, sometimes it'll say my card's declined, just because because I'm making 2 transactions at the same place. Sometimes it'll say that. But today, like I just use the 2 co-ops, and I tend to go to the far one more often than the other one. The closer one to my house isn't as nice or isn't as new, but it works the same. Only thing that it doesn't have is a gas station. That's about it. The grocery store is closer to the one, and then the liquor store is closer to the other one. And I don't go to the liquor store, but yeah, just driving back home now. It's odd, like you'll drive and you'll pass, say, like 3 or 4 gas stations getting there, and they'll all be, or not, I shouldn't say all of them, but some of them will be different priced, and like I understand they're all different companies and they all have different prices for everything, but it's just they're so close together they think that there would be a standard price, but it seems co-op is usually the lowest, and they usually have it the lowest for the longest, which is nice. And then getting the co-op money back at the end of the year is nice as well. Yeah, no, that's about it. My phone's about to die here, so I'm gonna throw it on the charger for a little bit, then I'm gonna drive to the mall and bum around the mall for a little bit. So